everybody. Breaking news out of Fulton County, Georgia. A shocking ruling in the corrupt prosecution against President Donald Trump. The judge in that case, Judge Scott McAfee, today ruled that Fani Willis could remain on the prosecution. Willis was not disqualified from the Georgia case by Scott McAfee, despite perjury, despite lying through her teeth under oath. Despite Fani Willis's clear lies before the court about her relationship with the lead prosecutor, Nathan Wade, Willis remains on the case. She'll be able to continue on her racketeering case against the president. The only thing McAfee did rule is that Willis must sever ties with her lover, Wade, to avoid a quote-unquote appearance of conflict, end quote, which makes absolutely no sense whatsoever for any reason whatsoever. Too late for that. The conflict has been broadcast for all of the American people to see. Willis paid her lover, Wade, who has no experience as a lead prosecutor, more than $600,000 for his work on the case. The two of them lied about everything in their relationship, from when it began to how close they actually were. Judge McAfee, hardly a profile in courage on the judiciary, also wrote that, quote, the court finds that the evidence did not establish the district attorney's receipt of a material financial benefit. Judge McAfee has to be out of his ever-loving mind. The judge went on to say that Willis displayed a tremendous lapse in judgment. He did get that part right. McAfee failing to understand that Fani Willis has proven that she is a liar. She's lied throughout the proceedings, and she will do it again. If Nathan Wade has to go, why does she get to stay? Judge McAfee didn't have the guts to do the right thing. This man has no courage. He has no principle. He has no business being a judge in any jurisdiction. Constitutional law professor Jonathan Turley accurately pointed out the bizarre result of this ruling today.
It's like, finding two people in a bank vault and taking one off to jail. I mean, the question is, the appearance problem that the judge identified with regard to Wade was directly related to his relationship with Willis. They both testified in the same way. They were the two parts of this relationship, and yet only one of them was disqualified.
If you didn't know that Fulton County, Georgia was corrupt before, you sure do now, don't you? Today's ruling was even a shock to the Marxist Dems. Even the Democratic National Committee pitbull Andrew Weissman says Willis should resign. Now that's something for him to say. Weissman posted on X, quote, for the good of the case, given that the ethics issues will abound now to Willis, she should voluntarily rescue herself from the case and allow another prosecutor to oversee the Georgia Trump case. Moments before that ruling was handed down by the Judge McAfee, even MSNBC was predicting that Willis was toast.
This is epic. This is monumental. If things are going in the direction we think, Fani Willis lied to the court, it's game over for her. She will be disqualified. If they had a relationship prior to when they represented to the court, it's a huge deal.
It is a huge deal, and it's a huge deal that will not soon escape from Judge McAfee's record. It's not that the left disapproves of Fani Willis's corruption. No, they only disapprove of the fact that she was caught and that her public embarrassment risked the entire Trump prosecution. Consider it completely at risk now. President Trump's attorney in that case, Steve Sadow, released a statement earlier today. Sadow said, quote, while respecting the court's decision, how could you, we believe that the court did not afford appropriate significance to the prosecutorial misconduct of Willis and Wade. Now, that is tiptoeing gingerly around the issue. Fani Willis should be disbarred, plain and simple. She should be charged with racketeering. She should be held accountable. What she just got away with is absolutely astonishing, even by corrupt standards in the state of Georgia. This is the real danger to this democracy. What the Marxist Dems are doing in our courtrooms, our judiciary, their prosecutors. Let's call it for what it is. It's political persecution, all to destroy the leading presidential candidate in the upcoming election. And joining us now, Joe DeGeneva, former U.S. attorney, former Trump attorney, and great American. Joe, good to have you with us. Let's start with the Fani Willis case. It is I guess one could say, the most grotesque of the developments today in terms of the legal profession. People who perjured themselves, held to no account, people who are, frankly, less than ideal citizens, apparently can prosecute a president of the United States. Your thoughts on the ruling?
I've read it several times, Lou, and it's an embarrassing ruling for Judge McAfee. Judge McAfee's problem is that he thought this was a judicial proceeding that no one was watching. Unfortunately, the whole world was watching and saw the same witnesses that he did. He makes the ridiculous conclusion that there was no actual conflict of interest, but then concludes that there is a severe appearance of a conflict of interest, which has to be remedied by having either Willis leave the case or Wade leave the case, but both of them can't be in the case. And then he makes a number of conclusions that are completely inconsistent with finding no actual conflict of interest. He says their explanations about money changing him are very, very dubious. He says their testimony is not believable, basically. He says that Bradley's testimony is not believable at all. He excludes testimony from other people, saying that it's inconclusive, and then reaches this ridiculous conclusion. This is a political decision. He's up for re-election, and he proved that he's a good politician and a bad judge.
Well, Judge McAfee is quite remarkable. He looked like he was intimidated throughout the entire proceedings
Yes.
by all that was happening. He looked like a man who wanted to be somewhere else, and clearly he did. But it's also important for everyone to know that this is a man who in 2 months' time is running for a full 4-year term as judge. He has every reason to be, I'll put it this way, not forthright in his judgments about whether Fani Willis or her lover should be part of this proceeding. He worked, for crying out loud, for Fani Willis as a young graduate of law school. He has a connection going back a decade with her. How can any of this not be taken into account in terms of changing at least venue, having at least some arm's length judgment about Fani Willis and her actions, her criminal conduct, in point of fact?
Well, Lou, I agree with everything you've just said, and I think that the judge himself may himself have a conflict of interest. There's no doubt that his decision was influenced profoundly by the fact that he's up for re-election. Retention, it's a retention election, actually, in 4 weeks or 4 months. And there's just no doubt that when you read the opinion, he goes out of his way to excuse the most inexcusable behavior, and then moves on to this ludicrous Solomonic conclusion to literally split the baby. It's embarrassing. It's sophomoric. The opinion is silly in its contours. And again, I said his biggest problem is that everybody watched the same witnesses that he did and has reached their own conclusions, which are, for the most part, completely inconsistent with his.
Yeah, I don't know anyone who could, watching it honestly, fairly, could come to any other conclusion than Fulton County, Georgia, is one of the most corrupt counties in the entire country. The judge is as crooked as Fani Willis and much of her staff. After all, I mean, she is now being charged with potentially contempt of Congress for spending $500,000 on vacations and on her own personal expenses, rather than for what the money was originally intended for Fulton County.
Well, it's pretty clear that the judge did not want to make a ruling that disqualified both of them from the case, because he knows that she's on the ballot too. She's up for re-election. And that put him in a position that a serious judge would have said, that's too bad, but she made the bed that she laid in, and you should pardon the expression, and she just has to live with that. But he didn't do that. He took the coward's way out. He wrote a sort of a jerry-rigged opinion that's silly in its contours, as I said earlier. And then one of the worst parts of the opinion is he says we have this testimony out there that shows that both of them may have been lying. And there are avenues for that to be taken care of, like the bar and the Senate and the county commission. Passing the buck. There's nobody who's better able to judge the veracity of their testimony than Judge McAfee. That's his job. That's what he's there for, and he wouldn't do it.
And the shame is he didn't. Joe, thanks for being with us. Doja Genova, as always, great to have you here, former U.S. attorney, former attorney for President Trump. Look forward to seeing you again soon.
Thanks a lot.
The illegal invasion into this country is increasing crime rates. It's hurting Americans badly. But in blue cities like New York, they continue to fund the madness with your federal tax dollars, of course. That's coming up next. And the Marxist media ignoring disease outbreaks. They're spreading all across the country from the illegal alien crisis. Doctor and professor at Stanford University, Dr. Jay Bhattacharya, is here to break it all down. That's straight ahead. Stay with us.
Looks like you've been sleeping well.
Megan, he's back. The My Pillow guy.
And you're looking good.
Still feeling good.
Well, just when you thought it couldn't get any better, we've got the best pillow ever, My Pillow 2.0. When I invented My Pillow, it had everything you'd ever want in a pillow. Well, now there's new technology that makes it even better. My Pillow 2.0 has my patented fill combined with a cooling fabric with temperature regulating thread. My Pillow 2.0 is truly the next generation of My Pillow.
Now's the time to go to mypillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use the promo code to save 50% on your My Pillow 2.0. Not only that, for a limited time, your entire order ships absolutely free.
You're sleeping even better.
And cooler, too.
And you're looking good.
Feeling good.
I knew you would.
mypillow.com.
To celebrate the new year, we're having the biggest sale ever on overstock clearance and brand new products. For example, save 60% on our Goose Down comforters, the best comforters ever. They go perfectly with our My Pillow bed sheets and duvet covers. Save 25% on our brand new kitchen towels. They're made with the same technology as our famous My Towels. Our initial quantities are extremely low, so get them now before they go. Our seasonal flannel sheets are finally in. You save up to 50%, and they sell out fast every year, so order now. They're truly the best flannel sheets you'll ever sleep on. Or save up to 80% on all our clearance items. And this is where it gets even better. For a limited time, your entire order ships absolutely free. So go to mypillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use that promo code to get deep discounts on all My Pillow products. And for a limited time, your order ships absolutely free. To celebrate the new year, we're having the biggest sale ever on overstock clearance and brand new products. For example, save 60% on our Goose Down comforters, the best comforters ever. They go perfectly with our My Pillow bed sheets and duvet covers. Save 25% on our brand new kitchen towels. They're made with the same technology as our famous My Towels. Our initial quantities are extremely low, so get them now before they go. Our seasonal flannel sheets are finally in. You save up to 50%, and they sell out fast every year, so order now. They're truly the best flannel sheets you'll ever sleep on. Or save up to 80% on all our clearance items. And this is where it gets even better. For a limited time, your entire order ships absolutely free. So go to mypillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use that promo code to get deep discounts on all My Pillow products. And for a limited time, your order ships absolutely free.
And welcome back. Every day, New York City spends almost $400 on each illegal alien. That's the cost of housing and feeding a single person for a single day. Roughly 65,000 of them are in New York City care right now. Do the math. Now factor in that the city is also facing a budget crisis, and in September, Mayor Eric Adams warned that the border crisis would destroy New York City. There's not enough money to subsidize the stay of all the world's refuse. The Big Apple was on the brink of imploding under the strain. So what did Adams do about it? He recently finished a round of cutting spending on public services. Adams stayed his hand from a third wave of cuts last month. But remember, Adams prioritized subsidizing illegals over the concerns of New Yorkers. Adams cares more about illegals who attack police officers than he does public safety. He cares more about foreigners than he does citizens. And sometimes the mayor says things that sound sane and reasonable, but then ultimately he's just another Marxist Dem. The Marxist Dems have made common cause with people like Corey Alvarez. Alvarez is a Haitian national charged with raping a 15-year-old disabled girl in Rockland, Massachusetts. The hotel where it happened is reportedly being used to house illegal aliens. It's a state and federal program funded by your tax dollars. But how did Alvarez get here? According to Fox News reporter Bill Milligan, Alvarez came to the United States by way of Biden's parole program for Haitians. Biden's program allows up to 30,000 Cubans, Haitians, Nicaraguans, and Venezuelans to be flown directly into the United States. Haiti is currently in a state of bloody turmoil. Nearly 4,000 inmates just broke out of that country's largest prison. Many of them are killers, kidnappers, gangsters. There are even gruesome reports of cannibalism on the ground. But Democrats don't discriminate. Illegal aliens, murderers, rapists, even cannibals are welcome in their big tent. They truly are inclusive. And with us tonight is Arizona State Senator Wendy Rogers. Arizona, of course, on the front line of the invasion of illegals that confront the country right now. And Rogers joins us now. Wendy, great to have you with us. Arizona is one of the 4 border states that is, obviously they talk about doing something about the invasion, but only Texas has done anything so far. Is that going to change?
Hi, Lou. Great to be with you. It's Friday down here in the capital area of Arizona, the Phoenix area. I actually don't represent any part of Maricopa County. I represent 4 rural counties that span kind of longitudinally from Flagstaff all the way down to nearly Tucson. So to answer your question, we've been trying in the state legislature to enact legislation, one bill in particular to stipulate that immigrants only come through legal checkpoints. And of course, the Democrats go on the floor of the Arizona Senate, where we only have a 1-vote majority as Republicans, and the Democrats love to say how we're, being so unfair by just trying to enforce the law. To answer your question, we have a so-called governor who we think, I think, stole the election. I'm chairman of the Elections Committee in the Arizona Senate, and we've seen the receipts. But this is who we have in the chair. She vetoed innumerable bills last year, broke all records. So yes, we have this horrible influx of illegal immigrants across the border. I was down there over the New Year timeframe and saw basically Customs and Border Patrol just enabling, helping, assisting, having these people just walk through. Yeah, that picture there that you have is exactly what I saw. Also, what's really troubling is the fact that middle and northern Arizona is experiencing, these white vans that drop off illegals in the middle of the night. Some of my sheriffs, one in particular is in Navajo County, which is up in northern Arizona along the Interstate 40. If you've ever been a tourist here and gone to the petrified forest, that area, he is exposing it and calling it out. So bottom line, what can Arizonans do because we have this illegitimate governor in the seat? We have to expose it. We have to talk about it. We have to push back against it every minute as much as we can. And that's right now what we're trying to do at the legislative level. Make her veto these bills is what my constituents tell me. Bring the legislation forward and be strong.
Well, being strong and getting something done are sometimes two different things, as you well know. You're fighting a terrific and heroic battle against the forces of evil. I noticed that you took exception to the Maricopa County, which is the most crooked county in the state of Arizona, and I take it you were offering that up as a badge of honor. Am I correct in that?
Well, I was privileged to be the sponsor of the so-called timeline bill, where we did get concessions and repairs to the election system. That passed with a 2/3 majority and, of course, the governor's signature about a month ago. And what that did was stipulate specifics on signature verification, which up until then was just sort of a suggestion in the election procedures manual. And it stipulated other things that we have been trying to get into statute to shore up a lot of these gaps. So, and you asked me, well, Wendy, how did you get that through, considering the environment you're in? I would tell you that we had a unique opportunity because the actual calendar of 2024 was such that the dates didn't line up right to be able to do a recount because our threshold for recount changed a few years ago. And so the few counties that we only have 15 counties in our state, and they all came to the state legislature and said, we're not going to be able to conduct elections in the fall, especially, and deliver electors for the presidential winner and so forth in a timely manner unless you, the state legislature, assist us in crafting legislation. So we were all too happy to do that. And we worked for months to get that done. And then, of course, one of the criteria that had to be met was that overseas military voters, as I used to be, I was for 8 years, as was my husband, would be able to get our ballots in on time. And so people say, how did the Dobbs governor sign this legislation? And she had to, because she would have disenfranchised overseas military voters and not allowed the counties to be able to conduct elections in a systematic manner. So we were able to come together.
Are you going to?
Done.
Excuse me, Wendy. I need to ask you a question. Are you going to be able to go to paper ballots and count them with the paper trail? Is that possible this year?
Not at this point. No. To answer your question, the machines are still very much a part of the system, but we have found that the machines were not handled right, and that is coming out in more testimony.
Oh, good. Well, we congratulate you for all that you've gotten done, and signature verification is a very big deal, as states all across the country would, they would gladly join you in the ranks of signature verification. Wendy, thanks so much for being with us. Wendy Rogers, state senator. Thank you. Coming up next, Joe Biden is flooding America with illegals who bring diseases from the third world, diseases virtually eradicated. But you're not supposed to notice that they're making a comeback. Outbreaks are to be ignored, and you're certainly not supposed to connect those to the invasion at the border. What happens when our cities become hubs for these dangerous diseases? More on that coming right up. Stay with us.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, and I'm here to tell you about my new product from MyPillow, towels that actually work. Watch this absorbency test. Here's another towel that we randomly went out and bought. Here's one of my towels with the nice design. I don't know if you can see this, but you could line a swimming pool with this. I mean, this is crazy. Get rid of it. Towels that actually work. What a concept. I'm interrupting this commercial to let you know you can get our 6-piece My Towels, regular $69.98, now only $29.98. Or you can save 25% on our brand new kitchen towels, made with the same technology as our famous My Towels. Also, we have bath sheets, bath towels, washcloths, hand towels, and so much more. And the best part, with your promo code, your entire order ships absolutely free. So go to mypillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use that promo code to get deep discounts on all My Towels. And for a limited time, your order ships absolutely free. Looks like you've been sleeping well.
Megan, he's back. The My Pillow guy.
And you're looking good.
Still feeling good.
Well, just when you thought it couldn't get any better, we've got the best pillow ever, My Pillow 2.0. When I invented My Pillow, it had everything you'd ever want in a pillow. Well, now there's new technology that makes it even better. My Pillow 2.0 has my patented fill combined with a cooling fabric with temperature regulating thread. My Pillow 2.0 is truly the next generation of My Pillow.
Now's the time to go to mypillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use the promo code to save 50% on your My Pillow 2.0. Not only that, for a limited time, your entire order ships absolutely free.
You're sleeping even better.
And cooler, too.
And you're looking good.
Feeling good.
I knew you would.
mypillow.com.
To celebrate the new year, we're having the biggest sale ever on overstock clearance and brand new products. For example, save 60% on our Goose Down comforters, the best comforters ever. They go perfectly with our My Pillow bed sheets and duvet covers. Save 25% on our brand new kitchen towels. They're made with the same technology as our famous My Towels. Our initial quantities are extremely low, so get them now before they go. Our seasonal flannel sheets are finally in. You save up to 50%, and they sell out fast every year, so order now. They're truly the best flannel sheets you'll ever sleep on. Or save up to 80% on all our clearance items. And this is where it gets even better. For a limited time, your entire order ships absolutely free. So go to mypillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use that promo code to get deep discounts on all My Pillow products. And for a limited time, your order ships absolutely free.
And welcome back. Since Joe Biden became president, nearly 10 million illegal aliens have flooded into the country. Some estimates put the number at 50% higher than that. The figure doesn't include, for example, the number of illegals who've snuck in by evading the Border Patrol. Imagine that. Aside from the fact that they shouldn't be in the country to begin with, Joe Biden is letting these illegals in without vetting them in any way. As many Republicans have pointed out, these illegals pose a national security threat, a criminal threat. But that's not the only threat they pose to our society. Joe Biden's illegal alien crisis has caused a public health crisis as well. A brand new report and Real Clear Investigations details the shocking rise in diseases that had been practically eradicated in the United States over the course of the past decade or two. Diseases like polio, leprosy, malaria, and many of these illegals come from impoverished areas around the third world. And with them, they bring deadly disease and illness. That's not an attack on them as individuals. It is simply a medical fact. And honestly, are we expected to believe that these illegals are inoculated against diseases when they can't afford food, can't afford water? For example, just a few months ago, the New York City Health Commissioner, Ashwin Vasan, issued a warning to providers about a, quote, alarming trend of diseases spreading among illegals who have crossed the border into the United States. Vasan also added that half of all illegal aliens who had made their way to New York City had not been vaccinated against polio, chickenpox, tuberculosis, those cases all emerging at immigrant centers in the city of New York. But New York is just one example. You may recall recent stories in the national media attacking and blaming Florida's Surgeon General Joe Ladapo for a rise in measles cases in South Florida schools. What no outlet bothered to report is that South Florida has seen an influx of hundreds of thousands of illegal aliens since Biden has been president. Their children obviously ended up enrolling in Florida's public schools. The media not interested in investigating the connection because it's a Republican-led state. They'd rather blame it and slander so-called anti-vax Republicans. But when these diseases spread in Democrat areas like Chicago, the national media at least acknowledges it's part of the illegal alien crisis. But the media would largely rather allow illness to spread to millions of Americans than concede the fact that there are obvious real-world downsides to mass illegal immigration. Dr. Jay Bhattacharya is one physician who has been brave enough to speak out honestly and forthrightly about the issue. Bhattacharya is a professor of medicine at Stanford University. He told Real Clear Investigations that the, quote, recent polio and leprosy cases are almost certainly imports to the United States. Dr. Bhattacharya joins us now. Doctor, great to have you with us. Let me start with, this is such a sensitive issue, especially when you introduce a disease like leprosy in the public health concerns. The United States has never had a public health policy that has been more criticized and more attacked than our public health system now, largely because of the way in which the pandemic was handled. Give us your sense of the state of public health in this country, the public health system in this country, in your view.
Lou, I'm sorry to say that public health, the public trust in public health, probably its most vital asset, is at the lowest point I've ever seen in my professional career. And I think that they've earned it. They have made mistakes on issue after issue after issue, been high-handed in how they've dealt with the public. And at this point, very, very few people honestly trust public health. I mean, it's become politicized in a way that's just catastrophically alarming to me. On the immigration issue, you know, leaving aside the wisdom of immigration, which I'm not qualified to get into, the role of public health is to make sure that people who enter the country have basic immunizations. There are treatments for leprosy, there are treatments for TB, that these treatments get applied to the people. It's for the well-being of the immigrants as well as for the well-being of Americans.
Yeah, and to think that we're bringing people in with leprosy or Hansen's disease or tuberculosis, and there are similarities in those diseases that make sometimes difficult to tell which is which. But the reality is that the Biden administration didn't make any provision for vaccination for these people coming in illegally, just bringing them in, providing private charter aircraft and buses, but not taking care of the most elemental public health needs of those people in nearly every case, correct?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's striking to compare what happens with legal immigrants versus immigrants across the southern border. Legal immigrants are still required to have the COVID vaccine. They're still required to have all of those vaccinations. They're required to be screened, whereas the folks who come in across the southern border have basically none of that screening. It's basically, you know, I think what a honest public health would say to the Biden administration is that, look, this is a vital public health priority that everyone be treated, all immigrants to the United States be treated equally. I think especially the focus on restrictions that made no difference. You know, like the COVID vaccine doesn't stop you from getting or spreading COVID. Requiring it makes no sense. Right. Asking immigrants to have the polio vaccine makes a lot of sense. It's a way we prevent polio. Asking immigrants to have the measles vaccine prevents measles. Checking to see if someone has tuberculosis or leprosy, if those are like prevalent, makes sense if you want the health and well-being of the people that are coming across the border. Public health took its eye off of its basic activities, and now we're seeing the fruits of that.
And And public health now has a huge upslope to climb, because there just hasn't been a vaccination program, whether it be polio, whether it be measles. I understand measles are also being reintroduced at a significant rate, a worrisome rate, I'll put it that way. And yet we're not hearing a lot of discussion. You're hearing about it on this broadcast, but you're not hearing a lot of discussion in the national media, because there is a political correctness that surrounds all of this, which does not inure to the benefit of the American people.
Well, I thought it was really striking how you introduced this segment, Lou. You compared the treatment of the measles outbreaks in Florida versus the measles outbreaks in Chicago. The outbreak in Florida got all kinds of attention in the national media, whereas the outbreak in Chicago got very little attention. And it was a morality play. Oh, the Surgeon General of Florida is anti-vaxxer, which is just a lie. I mean, it's a slanderous lie. The fact is that the measles increases, I mean, they're not historically large, but to the extent that they're there has happened in large part because the confidence that the public has in vaccinations has collapsed, thanks to the emphasis by public health authorities on the COVID vaccination for young people that was never warranted. By gaslighting people about COVID vaccine injuries. A lot of parents have said, well, if I can't trust public health to give me good advice on the COVID vaccine for my children, why should I trust public health to give me good advice on other diseases? And to me, that's really dangerous. Public health has essentially squandered its credibility. And as a result, it's lost its moral authority to give good advice or trustworthy advice, advice that parents find trustworthy. For me, as someone who's worked in public health my entire adult career, it is shocking and saddening. There are very important vaccinations that children need to have, and public health trustworthiness is its most important asset in convincing parents to get it. Instead, they've adopted the idea of forcing people to get vaccinations in the context of COVID, and it has undermined public trust in public health for these essential activities.
And as you look at public health and the state of public health right now, give us a sense of what you are most concerned about amongst these diseases, whether it be polio, measles, leprosy, tuberculosis, whatever it may be.
Well, I think that tuberculosis and leprosy, I think those are treatable. Those are treatable with antibiotics. You just have to identify them and then get people into the right treatment programs. I mean, they are very transmissible, especially tuberculosis. But I don't view that as a huge public health threat. That's that's something that we know how to deal with. We just have to have the will to do it. Treat it humanely. I think the bigger problem is measles. I mean, that's a very infectious disease. It has the capacity to spread very, very easily. We need to make sure that all young people, children have the measles vaccination, both the ones that are coming across the southern border and American kids just generally. To me, that's a bigger threat. I wouldn't say that it is a major threat now. I look at the numbers, and we've had it worse in the past, even before the pandemic. But if you create the ground for lots and lots of unvaccinated children because people don't trust public health anymore, you create the possibility of a future outbreak that could and should be avoided.
Doctor, we appreciate you being with us. A lot of more questions that I have, and I know you could, and I hope you will come back to discuss, amongst other things, what happened to the CDC and why is this administration trying to make it subservient to the World Health Organization? Just one of the questions that I've got. I hope you will come back soon, and I appreciate your time here today. Thanks so much, Dr. Bhattacharya. We appreciate it. Turning now to other headlines, Joe Biden has found a new way to buy off college graduates, a key Democrat constituency, obviously, ahead of the 2024 election. He doesn't need the Congress's help. He can do this just unilaterally because he is effectively a totalitarian dictator of the highest order. And the Supreme Court previously ruled that Biden couldn't wipe away billions of dollars in student debt with his pen. Well, it turns out there are limits to the Supreme Court and no limits to Joe Biden's power. It was a shock, of course, but he hasn't stopped there. Shortly after that decision, the Biden administration introduced new rules to allow borrowers to wipe out their debt through bankruptcy proceedings. Experts saying that the policy is, quote, life-changing. You don't say. Wouldn't we all love to have tens of thousands of dollars in debt expunged and paid for by, well, other taxpayers? Before the new rules, borrowers had to prove their college debt caused undue hardship in order to get relief. Hundreds have now taken advantage of the lax guidelines and wiping out their entire education debt. Students are the only Democrat constituency that Biden is helping. And according to a new report, Joe Biden is hiding how much taxpayer money is being funneled to labor unions. Each year, the federal government reports over $100 million to unions that represent government employees. As the author of that report, Luke Rosiak, pointed out, taxpayers essentially fund both sides of the table. Taxpayers pay the salaries of the government employees, and we pay their unions so they can negotiate against us for better pay. So as corrupt as it all sounds, and yes, it does sound very corrupt, there used to be at least some transparency. The amount taxpayers sent to these unions used to be public information, but no, not under the Biden administration. They're hiding all of it. Taxpayers are funding union activities, and the employees are on the federal payroll, despite the fact they only do union work. And coming up next, more Democrat hypocrisy. Governor Kathy Hochul calls in the National Guard to protect the subways, but don't bring your gun. I'm talking to the National Guardsmen. We'll have more on that next.
To celebrate the new year, we're having the biggest sale ever on overstock clearance and brand new products. For example, save 60% on our Goose Down comforters, the best comforters ever. They go perfectly with our MyPillow bed sheets and duvet covers. Save 25% on our brand new kitchen towels. They're made with the same technology as our famous My Towels. Our initial quantities are extremely low, so get them now before they go. Our seasonal flannel sheets are finally in. You save up to 50%, and they sell out fast every year, so order now. They're truly the best flannel sheets you'll ever sleep on. Or save up to 80% on all our clearance items. And this is where it gets even better. For a limited time, your entire order ships absolutely free. So go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use that promo code to get deep discounts on all MyPillow products. And for a limited time, your order ships absolutely free. To celebrate the new year, we're having the biggest sale ever on overstock clearance and brand new products. For example, save 60% on our Goose Down comforters, the best comforters ever. They go perfectly with our MyPillow bed sheets and duvet covers. Save 25% on our brand new kitchen towels. They're made with the same technology as our famous My Towels. Our initial quantities are extremely low, so get them now before they go. Our seasonal flannel sheets are finally in. You save up to 50%, and they sell out fast every year, so order now. They're truly the best flannel sheets you'll ever sleep on. Or save up to 80% on all our clearance items. And this is where it gets even better. For a limited time, your entire order ships absolutely free. So go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use that promo code to get deep discounts on all MyPillow products. And for a limited time, your order ships absolutely free. Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, and I'm here to tell you about my new product from MyPillow. Towels that actually work. Watch this absorbency test. Here's another towel that we randomly went out and bought. Here's one of my towels with the nice design. I don't know if you can see this, but you could line a swimming pool with this. I mean, this is crazy. Get rid of it. Towels that actually work. What a concept. I'm interrupting this commercial to let you know you can get our 6-piece My Towels, regular $69.98, now only $29.98. Or you can save 25% on our brand new kitchen towels, made with the same technology as our famous My Towels. Also, we have bath sheets, bath towels, washcloths, hand towels, and so much more. And the best part, with your promo code, your entire order ships absolutely free. So go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen. shopping, use that promo code to get deep discounts on all my towels. And for a limited time, your order ships absolutely free. Looks like you've been sleeping well.
Megan, he's back. The My Pillow guy.
And you're looking good.
Still feeling good.
Well, just when you thought it couldn't get any better, we've got the best pillow ever, My Pillow 2.0. When I invented My Pillow, it had everything you'd ever want in a pillow. Well, now there's new technology that makes it even better. My Pillow 2.0 has my patented fill combined with a cooling fabric with temperature regulating thread. My Pillow 2.0 is truly the next generation of My Pillow.
Now's the time to go to mypillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use the promo code to save 50% on your My Pillow 2.0. Not only that, for a limited time, your entire order ships absolutely free.
You're sleeping even better.
And cooler, too.
And you're looking good.
Feeling good.
I knew you would.
mypillow.com.
Welcome back. America's cities have devolved into war zones under Marxist Democrat rule. Yet the Marxist Dems can't seem to help themselves, even as public outrage is rising all across the country and crime continues to spiral out of control. Last year, Chicago saw violent crime reach its highest level in a decade, robberies and assaults spiking. That according to the Illinois Policy Institute. Vehicle theft more than doubled from 2021. You talk about a crime spree, they've got it. You might want to keep your head on a swivel the next time you stop at a red light in the city. More crime means more arrests, right? Not in Chicago, where the arrest rate has actually declined as crime has increased. The share of violent crimes resulting in an arrest has dropped by nearly half. To be fair to the police, they likely can't keep up, even if they try. Meanwhile, New York City has all but lost control of its subway system. Not a good thing. Governor Kathy Hochul recently deployed the National Guard and state troopers to assist the police in the subways, for crying out loud. But in keeping with Democrat stupidity, Hochul restricted guardsmen from carrying rifles. Now think about that one. Shortly after Hochul disarmed her troops, a man was stabbed in the back and shot in the head on the subway. You simply cannot ride to work without having to worry about being caught in a random death match. It happens all the time now in New York City. The subway cars have become phone booth knife fights with bystanders just trying to survive. It's not just the Marxist Dems policies that are creating crime. It's that they can't reverse course even if they try. They see the electoral warning signs. They know they're in desperate trouble and the anger in the eyes of the public. They see story after story of one tragedy after another, and they are completely incapable of either caring or doing anything about it. So let's bring in the spokesperson for the National Police Association, retired Chicago area police officer, Sergeant Betsy Bratter-Smith. Sergeant, great to have you here. I have to say, thinking about your time in Chicago compared to now, I didn't think I'd ever say this. It seems to have gotten actually worse. Your thoughts?
What we're seeing, Lou, is the 3.5 years of the demonization and the vilification of the American law enforcement officer. Look at my native Chicago. You know, it's one of the most gun-controlled cities in this nation. And yet we have rampant street gangs. You have a mayor, Brandon Johnson, who is even more progressive than the previous mayor, Lori Lightfoot, and he cannot get a handle on the crime. He has also invited in these migrants as a sanctuary city. You might be happy to know that crime in Venezuela is down 20%, but Venezuelan crime in Chicago is up 2,300%. So we have a crisis in Chicago, of course, a crisis in New York, and a crisis throughout this country that we know how to get a handle on because we did it in the 90s. It's just we don't have the political leadership who has the intestinal fortitude to let law enforcement do their job.
Is there a counter view here to consider, Sergeant? Maybe it's Johnson wants this crime. Maybe this is what he expects. I mean, he's not, let's be honest, he's a Marxist. He's not a progressive. He's not a liberal. He's a Marxist. And they want to tear that city to the ground. And that seems like what they've got a very good start on doing. Just that. I think the days where people think that the Marxist Dems are in any way, just poor, gentle lefties who don't know what to do. These are Marxists tearing this country apart. And with them, by the way, they're tearing up our police departments, our sheriff's offices, our state troopers. I mean, it's outrageous. And at what point do the American people say, we're going to hold you account? Johnson is not some poor pity figure in the mayor's office. He is an outright Marxist Dem trying to tear the city to pieces, isn't he?
Well, and he is. And he's a guy from the suburbs who came in, moved into the city and tried to pretend that, he's some big Chicago guy. And what he is doing right now is trying to throw money at the problem. So he's asking all of these companies, even though many of them have already bailed out of Chicago, to invest millions of dollars in some of the worst neighborhoods in Chicago. But what he won't do is call out the prosecutor's office, currently Kim Foxx, but about to be replaced. He won't call out the prosecutor's office to keep people in jail, to get rid of the no cash bail that Governor Pritzker ushered in. And Brandon Johnson won't let the Chicago Police Department do their job. He even got rid of shot spotter technology this year. He's not renewing the contract, although he's going to keep it until after the Democrat National Convention. And that may be his downfall. If crime proliferates during the convention, it's going to be a real problem for Brandon Johnson as well as for the Democrats.
Yeah, I don't think the Democrats care. I mean, I really don't, Sergeant. If they cared, they'd do something about it. If Johnson cared, he'd do something about it. These people mean to tear down the city. They mean to tear down the country. Joe Biden is sitting in the White House. He's not biting his nails in anxiety over what's happening to his fellow citizens. This man means to destroy America, and he's got a heck of a start on it in 3 years. Hundreds of thousands we've lost almost 500,000 Americans in the first 3.5 years of his presidency to fentanyl. I mean, this is not an accident. This is a plan, and it's being pursued. And I don't understand why so few Americans have the guts to say what it really is. It is a plan to destroy the nation.
Well, when you look at Biden's own DOJ, they just put out statistics stating that only 42% of violent crime is even reported. Only 32% of property crime is reported. Right. People have kind of given up on the justice system, but there is Gallup polling just out that says that most people appreciate their law enforcement. Most people have positive interactions with their law enforcement. And so we're asking people to do this. Stop getting so eaten up with who's going to be president and pay attention to who's running for your city council, for your county board, for the mayor of your small town. Those are the positions that really control your local law enforcement. And most people appreciate local law enforcement, but you've got to give them good leadership to be able to do their jobs. Cops just want to be cops. That's what Chicago cops want. That's what New York cops want, and all over this nation. Because, Lou, people who don't feel safe aren't free. We talk so much about freedom in America. Cops are trying to keep people free. But if you don't feel safe to take your kid to school, drive your car, or go to the store, then you're not really a free American.
Yeah, and I do think we have to be very straight up here, Betsy. This is not a time where we're watching police somehow reasserting their control over the streets. They're not. They're walking away from it. arrests are down. We're watching police doing less police work. They're involved in just basically trying to stay even with what is a disaster across this country. And I have to say, I urge every American be able to defend yourself, because frankly, you better not be counting on big city police departments, because they're just not going to be there. They haven't been for the last 3 years. Sergeant Betsy Branner-Smith, thanks for being with us. We appreciate it, and we appreciate the very tough job that all of our law enforcement have to do. Thanks so much. And thank you for being with us. Please join us Monday, 7 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Central. The Lindell Report is coming up next. You don't want to miss it. Have a great weekend. Good night, and God bless you.
To celebrate the new year, we're having the biggest sale ever on overstock clearance and brand new products. For example, save 60% on our Goose Down comforters, the best comforters ever. They go perfectly with our MyPillow bed sheets and duvet covers. Save 25% on our brand new kitchen towels. They're made with the same technology as our famous My Towels. Our initial quantities are extremely low, so get them now before they go. Our seasonal flannel sheets are finally in. You save up to 50%, and they sell out fast every year, so order now. They're truly the best flannel sheets you'll ever sleep on. Or save up to 80% on all our clearance items. And this is where it gets even better. For a limited time, your entire order ships absolutely free. So go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use that promo code to get deep discounts on all MyPillow products. And for a limited time, your order ships absolutely free. Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, and I'm here to tell you about my new product from MyPillow. Towels that actually work. Watch this absorbency test. Here's another towel that we randomly went out and bought. Here's one of my towels with the nice design. I don't know if you can see this, but you could line a swimming pool with this. I mean, this is crazy. Get rid of it. Towels that actually work. What a concept. I'm interrupting this commercial to let you know you can get our 6-piece My Towels, regular $69.98, now only $29.98. Or you can save 25% on our brand new kitchen towels, made with the same technology as our famous My Towels. Also, we have bath sheets, bath towels, washcloths, hand towels, and so much more. And the best part, with your promo code, your entire order ships absolutely free. So go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use that promo code to get deep discounts on all My Towels. And for a limited time, your order ships absolutely free. Looks like you've been sleeping well.
Megan, he's back. The My Pillow guy.
And you're looking good.
Still feeling good.
Well, just when you thought it couldn't get any better, we've got the best pillow ever, My Pillow 2.0. When I invented My Pillow, it had everything you'd ever want in a pillow. Well, now there's new technology that makes it even better. My Pillow 2.0 has my patented fill combined with a cooling fabric with temperature regulating thread. My Pillow 2.0 is truly the next generation of My Pillow.
Now's the time to go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use the promo code to save 50% on your MyPillow 2.0. Not only that, for a limited time, your entire order ships absolutely free.
You're sleeping even better.
And cooler, too.
And you're looking good.
Feeling good.
I knew you would.
MyPillow.com.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, and I'm here to tell you about my new product from MyPillow. Towels that actually work. Watch this absorbency test. Here's another towel that we randomly went out and bought. Here's one of my towels with the nice design. I don't know if you can see this, but you could line a swimming pool with this. I mean, this is crazy. Get rid of it. Towels that actually work. What a concept. I'm interrupting this commercial to let you know you can get our 6-piece My Towels, regular $69.98, now only $29.98. Or you can save 25% on our brand new kitchen towels, made with the same technology as our famous My Towels. Also, we have bath sheets, bath towels, washcloths, hand towels, and so much more. And the best part, with your promo code, your entire order ships absolutely free. So go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use that promo. Looks like you've been sleeping well.
Megan, he's back. The My Pillow guy.
And you're looking good.
Still feeling good.
Well, just when you thought it couldn't get any better, we've got the best pillow ever, My Pillow 2.0. When I invented My Pillow, it had everything you'd ever want in a pillow. Well, now there's new technology that makes it even better. My Pillow 2.0 has my patented fill combined with a cooling fabric with temperature regulating thread. My Pillow 2.0 is truly the next generation of My Pillow.
Now's the time to go to mypillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use the promo code to save 50% on your My Pillow 2.0. Not only that, for a limited time, your entire order ships absolutely free.
You're sleeping even better.
And cooler, too.
And you're looking good.
Feeling good.
I knew you would.
MyPillow.com.
Looks like you've been sleeping well.
Megan, he's back. The My Pillow guy.
And you're looking good.
Still feeling good.
Well, just when you thought it couldn't get any better, we've got the best pillow ever, My Pillow 2.0. When I invented My Pillow, it had everything you'd ever want in a pillow. Well, now there's new technology that makes it even better. My Pillow 2.0 has my patented fill combined with a cooling fabric with temperature regulating thread. My Pillow 2.0 is truly the next generation of My Pillow.
Now's the time to go to mypillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use the promo code to save 50% on your My Pillow 2.0. Not only that, for a limited time, your entire order ships absolutely free.
You're sleeping even better.
And cooler, too.
And you're looking good.
Feeling good.
I knew you would.
MyPillow.com.
Looks like you've been sleeping well.
Megan, he's back. The My Pillow guy.
And you're looking good.
Still feeling good.
Well, just when you thought it couldn't get any better, we've got the best pillow ever, My Pillow 2.0. When I invented My Pillow, it had everything you'd ever want in a pillow. Well, now there's new technology that makes it even better. My Pillow 2.0 has my patented fill combined with a cooling fabric with temperature regulating thread. My Pillow 2.0 is truly the next generation of My Pillow.
Now's the time to go to mypillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use the promo code to save 50% on your My Pillow 2.0. Not only that, for a limited time, your entire order ships absolutely free.
You're sleeping even better.
And cooler, too.
And you're looking good.
Feeling good.
I knew you would.
MyPillow.com.
To celebrate the new year, we're having the biggest sale ever on overstock clearance and brand new products. For example, save 60% on our Goose Down comforters, the best comforters ever. They go perfectly with our My Pillow bed sheets and duvet covers. Save 25% on our brand new kitchen towels. They're made with the same technology as our famous My Towels. Our initial quantities are extremely low, so get them now before they go. Our seasonal flannel sheets are finally in. You save up to 50% and they sell out fast every year, so order now. They're truly the best flannel sheets you'll ever sleep on. Or save up to 80% on all our clearance items. And this is where it gets even better. For a limited time, your entire order ships absolutely free. So go to mypillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use that promo code to get deep discounts on all My Pillow products. And for a limited time, your order ships absolutely free. To celebrate the new year, we're having the biggest sale ever on overstock clearance and brand new products. For example, save 60% on our Goose Down comforters, the best comforters ever. They go perfectly with our My Pillow bed sheets and duvet covers. Save 25% on our brand new kitchen towels. They're made with the same technology as our famous My Towels. Our initial quantities are extremely low, so get them now before they go. Our seasonal flannel sheets are finally in. You save up to 50% and they sell out fast every year, so order now. They're truly the best flannel sheets you'll ever sleep on. Or save up to 80% on all our clearance items. And this is where it gets even better. For a limited time, your entire order ships absolutely free. So go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use that promo code to get deep discounts on all MyPillow products. And for a limited time, your order ships absolutely free. To celebrate the new year, we're having the biggest sale ever on overstock clearance and brand new products. For example, save 60% on our Goose Down comforters, the best comforters ever. They go perfectly with our MyPillow bed sheets and duvet covers. Save 25% on our brand new kitchen towels. They're made with the same technology as our famous My Towels. Our initial quantities are extremely low, so get them now before they go. Our seasonal flannel sheets are finally in. You save up to 50% and they sell out fast every year, so order now. They're truly the best flannel sheets you'll ever sleep on. Or save up to 80% on all our clearance items. And this is where it gets even better. For a limited time, your entire order ships absolutely free. So go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use that promo code to get deep discounts on all MyPillow products. And for a limited time, your order ships absolutely free. Looks like you've been sleeping well.
Megan, he's back. The My Pillow guy.
And you're looking good.
Still feeling good.
Well, just when you thought it couldn't get any better, we've got the best pillow ever, My Pillow 2.0. When I invented My Pillow, it had everything you'd ever want in a pillow. Well, now there's new technology that makes it even better. My Pillow 2.0 has my patented fill combined with a cooling fabric with temperature regulating thread. My Pillow 2.0 is truly the next generation of My Pillow.
Now's the time to go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use the promo code to save 50% on your MyPillow 2.0. Not only that, for a limited time, your entire order ships absolutely free.
You're sleeping even better.
And cooler, too.
And you're looking good.
Feeling good.
I knew you would.
MyPillow.com.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, and I'm here to tell you about my new product from My Pillow. Towels that actually work. Watch this absorbency test. Here's another towel that we randomly went out and bought. Here's one of my towels with the nice design. I don't know if you can see this, but you could line a swimming pool with this. I mean, this is crazy. Get rid of it. Towels that actually work. What a concept. I'm interrupting this commercial to let you know you can get our 6-piece My Towels, regular $69.98, now only $29.98. Or you can save 25% on our brand new kitchen towels, made with the same technology as our famous My Towels. Also, we have bath sheets, bath towels, washcloths, hand towels, and so much more. And the best part, with your promo code, your entire order ships absolutely free. So go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use that promo code to get deep discounts on all My Towels. And for a limited time, your order ships absolutely free. To celebrate the new year, we're having the biggest sale ever on overstock clearance and brand new products. For example, save 60% on our Goose Down comforters, the best comforters ever. They go perfectly with our MyPillow bed sheets and duvet covers. Save 25% on our brand new kitchen towels. They're made with the same technology as our famous My Towels. Our initial quantities are extremely low, so get them now before they go. Our seasonal flannel sheets are finally in. You save up to 50% and they sell out fast every year, so order now. They're truly the best flannel sheets you'll ever sleep on. Or save up to 80% on all our clearance items. And this is where it gets even better. For a limited time, your entire order ships absolutely free. So go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use that promo code to get deep discounts on all MyPillow products. And for a limited time, your order ships absolutely free.
To see how it affects the market. So
yeah. Hey, can I mention something real quick before we jump over to Slick? Because David brought up an interesting point, and I don't think he realized he did it, but I think it's worth noting, especially because we always see these little TikToks and these videos from these kids that, oh, I graduated college and where's my 6-figure job? David is the example. As he explained, I want to jump into commercial real estate. They make a lot of money. It takes years to gain that experience, like you said, to be able to command, more money. And I think that falls on deaf ears because they think, well, I went to college, give me my check.
I wouldn't let my kids go into the family business, because I wanted them to have that background where they can, have, some the ability to go and do other things and make money anywhere. Because, again, the days of what I do we're like dinosaurs. It's a whole different ball game now. So there's advantages to saving $25,000 on paying a commission to a broker if you can list it on Redfin or one of these other services or Zillow. But, you might get a lot of time wasters, tire kickers. You might not get the best buyer. You might not get the highest and best use and the best price. So there's a lot that goes into it.
Slickster, how are you?
All right, Big D. Sorry I'm late. I was finishing up a conversation with a 1792 Don Julio. I didn't want to leave it. So I'm here now.
All right, well, Slick looking good in that purple. Let's David Zier's looking good in him. I mean, you guys, look at this side of the table.
That's right,
look at us, Delgado.
Yeah, we're in the union.
That's it.
There you go, looking good.
Reigns.
What's coming up in sports tonight? Anything exciting happening other than conference tournaments?
Well, of course, we got Selection Sunday. We'll talk about that more so on Monday night. But we got Rodeo Houston wrapping up, Big D. Critics are concerned about woke Disney controlling sports streaming and their ideology. And Aaron Donald, the Rams' great defensive player, superstar, stunned the world today by announcing he's going to retire.
Wow. I'm not stunned because he mentioned it last year, too.
I think it's stunning. I still think he had a couple more years in the tank. Really?
Well, he did talk about it. He talked about it last year, too, that he was he thought he was getting close.
Walking away.
After they got the Super Bowl, he thought that he was going to leave on top. Played one more year. What was it, 1 or 2 more years since then, or whatever it is, 2 or 3 or more years, and now he's saying that's it, huh?
Yep.
Well, there you go.
Damon, I just wanted to add one more point. I'm in commercial land. I've had deals take 25 years to close. I've had 3 deals take 25 years to close.
25 years?
25 years. So,
is that because of environmental stuff? Everything.
You can't even, like, in New York is a disaster. But I've had many deals that took 10 to 20 years. So, when you weigh it out, you're making what, $4,000 a year for representing a property for 20 years. So, it should be market driven, market based, not dictated by a government.
All right. Very good.
Yeah.
So there's, I don't know. I guess the lead in the news today is the Fani Willis decision. And Delgado, I'll come to you first because you were closer to this than certainly I was. I thought she was going to get, Jonathan Turley kind of put it to bed. He kind of split the baby here, but Jonathan Turley, I thought, put it the easiest and most simple to understand. He said, this decision is like catching 2 guys in the bank vault and only one of them goes to jail. How do you figure that out? But you were not confident in this.
No, because one turned on the other. I saw, I was looking at it from a couple different things. Judge McAfee, he's a Fani Willis fan. He contributed to her campaign. He's a Democrat. And they just announced, as you pointed out, while on vacation or just after he made this ruling that he was going to wait a couple weeks, that all of a sudden somebody showed up to run against him in the upcoming election. So he's got to find a way to not upset the apple cart, and one way to do that is to kind of split this thing. What can I do to make it seem like I'm punishing her, but she's able to continue to stay?
A good observation you made, and I definitely left the door open, right?
Right, it leaves the door open. He doesn't come out. They can't attack him for being the bad guy. Look what you did. They can't make it a race thing. He got rid of her because she's a black woman, blah, blah, blah. He kept her in place, but she's got to get rid of this guy, and he got rid of some of the charges, which I guess make it really difficult, from what I understand, from what I've read from some people, and I think Turley mentioned it as well, I'm not sure. This whole, trying to establish a RICO charge now becomes nearly impossible because half of what they were going to use is gone.
Yeah.
So, he's leaving her in there, but maybe she's now in there twisting in the wind.
And she's so stupid that I think she's going to trip herself up even more. So maybe it's good that she's still there.
Yeah.
Well, Turley said a lot. Actually, let's hit the break and then we'll come back and talk about this a little bit because Turley made a couple good points. So did Margot Cleveland over from the Federalist. So we'll get to a couple of those. Just getting started on a Friday night. Sports and news all coming up. Live from Studio 6B on a Friday. We're back right after this.
It's about the truth. It's about a fair playing field and fair opportunities.
I know that I'm not the only girl who has missed out on opportunities. There are countless other girls.
It's about biological reality and common sense. And ultimately, it's about the rights of women being trampled.
It's not just that girls are able to compete in athletics, it's that girls are able to go to college. If I didn't have the scholarship I had, I wouldn't be going to the school I'm going to.
Rewriting our laws to ignore the truth of what it means to be male and female has consequences beyond a single issue. Female athletes, parents, healthcare providers are under threat by institutions enforcing this radical gender ideology.
When biological differences between men and women are ignored, it is women who suffer the most. Alliance Defending Freedom is leading the fight to protect women's sports, but to continue, we need the help of friends like you. For just $19 a month, you can join ADF's Frontline for Freedom. As a Frontline for Freedom partner, your $19 monthly gift will help Alliance Defending Freedom continue to protect the rights and opportunities of women and girls.
It's highly upsetting to realize that no matter how hard we train, how hard we try, we will never be competitive with someone who's biologically a man.
Your $19 monthly gift helps us boldly advance freedom in our generation and for generations to come. Build our legal team and expand our services. Defend more faithful Americans in courtrooms. Litigate more cases all the way to the Supreme Court. And ensure that no client ever pays a dime for us to defend them.
There's a growing movement to defend the reality that men and women are different, and women deserve fair and safe competition. ADF has been leading the charge in court, and the vast majority of the American people are with us.
It's time to restore fairness to women's sports, but we can't do it without the help of partners like you. Call now or go online to standwithadf.org and help defend freedom today.
If losing weight has you frustrated, a group of doctors created a remarkable weight loss supplement called Lean, and it's very encouraging. The studied ingredients in Lean have been shown to help maintain healthy glucose levels, help burn fat by converting excess fat into energy, and reduce appetite so you eat less. If you've tried everything to lose weight, non-prescription Lean could be the answer you've been searching for.
Visit TakeLean.com and get 15% off with promo code TRIM at TakeLean.com.
Hi folks, Joe Namath here. I was wearing expensive hearing aids for years until a good friend of mine told me about MD Hearing. I got fitted right over the phone and I've never had a better pair of hearing aids.
Call now and get 2 rechargeable Neo hearing aids for just $297 with a free portable charging case and free shipping.
Call my friends at MD Hearing and get the over-the-counter hearing aids that I use for you.
Call 800-586-1132.
From Studio 6B on a Friday night, Real America's Voice. Glad you're in. Slick's going to do sports. David Zier, Rick Delgado have the news. Aaron and Fran holding it down as always. Glad you're in. Make sure you follow us on all our social media at LFS6B on Facebook, on X, on Truth, on YouTube as well. You can search for Live from Studio 6B and over, of course, livefromstudio6b.com. We'll bring you to all our social media right from there. And you can check out all the great merch and stuff in the store, livefromstudio6b.com. You can sign up to become a member, absolutely free. Next month, we start our giveaways for MyPillow gift cards for Easter.
Nice.
And we'll start that in April, and we'll maybe continue to do that. We'll see. We're going to do a couple gift card giveaways. Anybody who registers, well, I don't know exactly what the rules are going to be, but I think as long as you're signed up as a member or whatever, we'll figure out what it's going to be. But we'll start that next month as well. We'll do some sports here in a second, but we were talking about this cowardly decision by the judge in Georgia. And a couple things. Margot Cleveland over at the Federalist said, so let me get this straight. Willis must fire Wade, whom she is no longer sleeping with or traveling with, and thus no longer reaping any financial benefits. But there's no conflict for the fact that, well, she was doing all of those things while prosecuting the case. Seems just almost unimaginable that you could come to that decision.
Right.
To say, well, we'll just split you up after everything they've been in cahoots doing while trying to put this case together and get Trump.
Right. So everything that they were doing up to this point was illegal, right? I guess.
Well, he says a lapse in judgment.
That's called illegal.
Using campaign funds to,
Hey, come on.
But from going this point forward, she's okay. It's almost like being a vice president or a senator and squirreling away classified documents. And then once you get to a certain point, that doesn't apply anymore. You notice the correlation there? It seems like, well, it wasn't okay when you did it, but now that you're this person, it's okay that you did it. We're just going to leave you there. It's just
but they never
smacks of what we're used to from the Democrats.
They never used that with Trump. Oh, he just had a lapse in judgment. You know, he didn't want to give up power. You know, He had a lapse in judgment.
If anything,
it's criminal. It's an insurrection. It's conspiracy.
Yeah.
You know,
it's the American people that had the lapse in judgment, according to the Democrats.
Now, Jonathan Turley said, besides you find two guys in the vault, you only take one to jail. How does that work? He also said this. He said, in some ways, this result may actually appeal to Trump and his defendants. They established that there was an improper relationship, at least for the purpose of disqualification, and they left a wounded Willis to continue on in the case. And she will stand accused of false statements as she prosecutes others for that type of conduct. And keep in mind, there are state efforts now to fully investigate this, including possible bar issues. So he's saying there's now so much garbage spread on the streets.
Right.
There's no clear sailing for her in this case.
Andrew Weissman asked Willis to voluntarily step down.
Really?
Yeah.
Weissman did?
Yeah.
Wow.